You must understand the touch of the hand makes my pulse react. That it's only the thrill of morning, girl, opposites attract. It's physical, only logical. You must try to ignore that it means more than that. Oh, what's love got to do? It's got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do? It's got to do with it. Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? They see you and I'm acting confused when you're close to me. If I tend to look dazed, I read it someplace. I've got cause to be. There's a name for it. There's a phrase that means. But whatever the reason, you do it for me. Oh, love got to do, it's got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do? It's got to do with it. Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? I've been taking on a new direction, but I have to say, I've been thinking about.
See y'all, Flyer Kiara. Hey, y'all, everybody, what's going on today?
What's going on?
Man, Talk Monday, y'all join the Shut Alive, man. Y'all already know what time
Y'all
it is.
know what it is. It's Liddy.
Y'all already know.
Before we even start the show, congratulations to my brother, Devin, Mr. For Show himself. He had to not even leave. He, momentary break. Got an opportunity, so opportunity calls, you must show up.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Shout out to him. Y'all know what it is.
But yeah, it's Man Talk Monday right now. Yo, what's good? Always happy to have the CEO in the building. Mr. Owner.
I have my shirt.
Yeah, he ain't got on his shirt. Oh yeah, y'all check the
I'm
new
gonna
merch.
call it
y'all.
out. Yeah.
Check the new merch, man. Check the new shirts, man.
I shit too.
Check the new shirts.
Give him the mistake.
You heard me, y'all. Check the back.
Good.
You heard me. Back. You heard me. Yeah, we out here.
Let's go.
New merch. Go to the website mistakid.com. Make sure you do so. Go buy a hoodie, man. Got them hoodies, and we about to drop them beanies. Oh Lord.
Got the hoodies. Oh, and they got the face masks.
Oh, and the face mask, most definitely.
So
You heard me?
know.
Go to the website.
Y'all know what it is, man. We ain't even playing off top.
Y'all already know what we do.
How many people sent their kids to school?
I don't know. You know what? Surprisingly enough, ain't really see a whole bunch of movement as it pertains to kids being in school. So, yeah, new merch, of course. Hoodies, face masks. Go to the website. Andrew, what's good, my boy? Don't go to the website right now because we live right now. We definitely want you to tune in. You may have something that you want to add to the conversation, and we definitely appreciate that. But definitely go check out the website, man. Go copy your hoodie, bro.
Definitely tune in. Definitely
Go copy a hoodie, a shirt, and a mask. That's what you do. And it's about to be winter too. It's getting cold out here. Woo. Woo. Kiara, the topic of this evening, you gotta wait to find out now because you ain't see the flyer. Ooh.
Definitely. Listen, if you got a loved one up north going to college, whatever, great gift to get them right now. Get them the hoodie with the mask so the mask can match the hoodie. And all they got to do is find the feet.
Hey, surprisingly enough, we found the feet for you, man. Go cop them black and purple 12s, man. That's definitely something that you need to do. Go get go get the black and purple 12s. Go get the Charles Barkley's. Um, you can still go get the alternate grapes.
Mm.
Um, yeah, we got all type of shoes for you, and you can reach out to Mistaken Idea and we'll custom design you some shoes. Wait till them, wait till the Mistaken ID times Nike shoes drop. It ain't gonna be on Nike website. It's gonna be on our website. Nike say we gonna make them, but you got to sell them. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all check it out. DJ Clark Marvelous, aka G Code, aka Mr. Marlon Gardner. What's good, fam?
Y'all already know it is. What's up, my brother?
Join the Shed Alive, man. Join the Shed Alive. We here for an interesting conversation today. We here for a very interesting conversation. I personally cannot wait.
Ooh,
So join the Shed Alive, man. Join the Shed Alive.
is love enough?
Yeah. But
Like,
not just yet. But not just yet. No, we ain't gonna do
we
it.
ain't gonna go into that.
We ain't
but
gonna
let's
go. We ain't
do-
gonna
let's
go. We ain't gonna do that
our
right now.
Shout out so we can go
Yeah.
ahead and get into the topic.
So man, let's shout out to all the people who make us great, the people who make us what we are. The fans, the sponsors, we all love you guys. But very big shout out to our sponsors. Mistaken Identity, man. It's not a clothing line, it is a lifestyle. It is a whole way to live out here. It's the whole way we've been living for the last 400. Go to the website, mistakenid.com, man. Copy a hoodie, a shirt, and a mask. Do us that favor. Also, Tanasha Ridges Credit Repair. Your credit bad, holla at Miss Tanasha. Go get a One United bank account. You show her you got a One United bank account, she give you 20% off of credit repair service, 25% off of credit repair services when you mention Man Talk Monday. So make sure you get at her. Sandra's Accessories. She does now have a website. I will make sure I have that website for y'all next Monday. But if she does have a website, you can still go to her IG page, which is at Sandra's Accessories. And she has a link to her website on there as well. But go to her website, mention Man Talk Monday. She gonna give you 10% off of orders, $20 or more. So most definitely shout out to her. Shout out to my main man, Street Madness representative, Big CeeLo, also Noel Electric. The boy rewrite your whole house, okay? Make sure y'all get it him.
Don't forget the dump truck.
Oh yeah, man. You need a dump truck, need disaster cleanup. Make sure y'all holler at my main man Israel Rockwell. He got the beautifulest. That's not he got the beautifulest dump truck, man, purple, man, royalty. Because we all kings and queens out here. So make sure y'all holler at him. Anybody else want to miss it, man? Drop your business in the comments. We'll make sure we get you in there.
Definitely, I gotta definitely shout out Hype Fam YouTube. Baby girl killed it in her pictures with mom this week. Happy birthday, by the way, while I'm on the show. Crystal Walker, Latoya, y'all go to Mommy and Me page. Definitely hop on Mommy and Me page, makeup, Mommy and Me makeup, and y'all check that out. Follow that. Definitely follow Toya YouTube. I haven't seen Toya in a while, but she normally I'll get her to drop it on the Man Talk Monday page. We got Triple J, Auto Mechanic, Mobile Mechanic. We got Shine Time Mobile Detailing. We got Malcolm Secure Lanes, iPhone repairs, TV hang up, all that. And if anybody I forget, man, please drop your business in the comments. If you have a business, let us know. Please let us know. We with all that. But not to keep dragging it along, so we gonna get into it.
Yeah. It is October 5th, 2020. What a horrible year. But the topic of this evening, the topic for today, is love enough? Is love enough? Yeah, is love enough? And that comes from, we like to think that a relationship, the only thing you need in a relationship is love. We at least like to hope.
We assume
that's
that's how it's supposed to be built.
We think that's how it's supposed to be. We think that we think that love, that our relationship is predicated on love. But is that enough? Is love enough to sustain a relationship?
Like I know, and everybody in the comments know, love ain't too far. It ain't enough no more. Definitely ain't enough no more. And anybody that feel otherwise, you can't even say is it genuine. You can't say genuine, even when you find people that try to be genuine. You feel me? You don't even know if the love real. Right. No, it's not. Love not enough right now. Love, you can give anybody love. Love is not enough.
Well, I mean, like I say, I think that we as a people, at least me, I guess this is why I have on my rose-colored glasses or whatever the case may be.
Right.
I would like to think that a relationship, man, love, because no matter what, in my mind, right, no matter what happens, like, let's say you love a person, you know, y'all love each other, boom, 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 whatever. Y'all lose the house tomorrow. Love, to me, would keep me warm if we was under I-95. Like, yeah, we're in a bad situation, but the love makes you feel like things can get better tomorrow. I think that's how we would like to think. Now, I also believe that in today's reality that that's simply not the case, but I would like to believe that whether we're in a high rise or under I-95, you know, whether we kissing and hugging or arguing or fighting, that love should get us through anything. But it's simply not the case no more.
If you think that, like, sky rise to 95.
What's your thought?
Because every time I come in, like, we on live, like,
join the live, stop calling,
join the live, and jump in and comment. What's your point of view? Anyways, but no, man, listen, Skyrise are under 95. Anybody gonna be with you in Skyrise, whether they love you or not,
boy. But not anybody will be with you under I-95.
Exactly.
But so
and furthermore, if you go under 95, how we get?
Okay, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, like, okay, say so. I guess in my mind, love can heal all wounds, quote unquote. So it's like, no matter what happens in your relationship, as long as you all truly love each other, then that relationship will stand.
You can say that, and then it also goes back. You might just leave scars on that person. See, sometimes you love people and people is just dragging you along, and they dragging you, and you ain't doing nothing but picking up the scars from it. You picking up all they bad scars and they problems and the drama they taking you through because you think you loving somebody that don't really love you back.
Right, but okay, so I mean, and I don't disagree with that. What I'm saying is, though, aside from that aspect, if someone genuinely truly loves you and you truly love that person, is that enough?
You can't look at it like that, because you might be genuinely loving that person. That might just be enough of what you could give. So much love, you could give a love. You know the song when he say, "I got enough love for both me and you." Come on, man.
What you know about the miseducation interludes? What you know about that? Drew, Drew now, hold on, Drew, what you know about that, my boy? But yeah, I mean, it's like you questioning whether or not the love is real.
Right.
What I'm saying is, let's take on its face that the love is real.
Right.
So we don't have to question whether the love is real. Is that love enough though?
No, no. Fine. It goes now. Every female in their life want to feel secure with a man. Love can't make you feel secure.
For some people, it does. I mean, but that's the
Point
whole.
one to me. Point one out. I ain't seen one.
But that is the whole, that is the whole ideology behind the Skyrise or under I-95, because regardless as to where we are,
Right.
I am secured in the fact that if nothing else, I have your love.
Right. I got a lot going on. Y'all
I see.
Come on.
This man, I took 40 things out of his pocket.
Come on. Let's get it.
She said, I got turned on to some fake love from what real love she showed. Yeah, I dig that. I understand that does happen. I mean, I don't know. It's like, Tanisha said, love is never enough.
Got sauce. Drip.
Yeah.
Love will leave without notice. Right. Yeah, Kiera was like, love is the emotion. Action.
She said action needs to follow.
Right.
Right. So I mean, I think that, okay, guys, just so for the purposes of the conversation, we're not speaking about anything that you could be misinterpreting. We're not talking about somebody faking the phone. We're talking about somebody that genuinely loves you and you genuinely love that person. Not that the love could leave or love will leave without notice or none of that. But like you like we talking about, we've gotten past the point where it's a question. No question about it. No shadows of a doubt. This is a forever love. This love is forever.
right.
Is that enough?
No.
And see, that's the thing.
It's a point blank, simple point you're looking at. If you love somebody, you will never allow yourself to sit around and watch them suffer. Now, if you're gonna sit around and watch somebody that you love, you say you love this person, but you want them to sit around you and suffer when you know they can do better, or you know they can move on to bigger and better things. Like, look, I get it. We both care. We both here. Our hearts in it. But that ain't enough. You feel me? How I can't have you living in the garbage can with me. If you love somebody, you're gonna watch them go off and get better as they go. You tap them on the back, go do your thing with somebody else. I'm just not the person for you. Y'all might be the disaster for each other. You feel me? A woman will love. Anything leave. Love is good.
Well, see, now look what Dre said. Dre said, when you genuinely in love, you figure it out. You don't point fingers. See, because my thing with what you were saying was, like, if a person can do good, if a person can do better, how am I stopping them from doing better?
In the sense, like, when you ask them, is love enough? You have people out there that's strong enough to carry the load. You see, I see it. I still see it. I see it a lot today because of the circle that I'm around. You feel me? But I also see it on the other side too. Like, some people look at it like, because you see two people and they rocking and they still able to handle their situation. It's just on how they balance each other out. You know what I'm saying? So when you're talking about love, you're speaking about balance. You're speaking about that understanding, but it goes back into the sense of you still got to handle up. Things still got to get done. You feel what I'm saying? So when y'all thinking about love, you got to. Too broad a question. Love don't pay the bills. Right. Love don't pay the bills. If a man there he's there. These boys just knocking on walls.
Well, see, I mean, so it's okay. Yeah, well, let me try to help out in this instance.
Right.
We're not talking. You see, like how okay, Mr. Tanisha, I understand what you're saying, but you just said love is built on a variety of things: teamwork, friendship, challenges each other, this and that. All of that is what we're talking about. A good, healthy relationship. We know that these two people got great teamwork. They're working together. This and that. This and that. This and that. We know all of this. We're going to assume this. We're not going to assume either one way or the other that could be an issue. All things are fine. Now,
so you can't even say
what happens.
You can't say it's love enough. That you talking about finances and money and all that other.
I'm finna explain it to you.
Right.
I'll give you a clear example so that you could better understand. And this example is for everybody. Let me read Dre's comment real quick. He said, "Love don't pay the bills." It's true, but even then, you don't point fingers. You figure it out. If my girl lost her job, I'm not leaving her because she can't pay a bill. Agreed, Dre.
Right.
So now because I want to give everybody a real example. I want to give everybody a real example.
Dre, you gotta actually we should do the same thing.
Of course, and that's the bigger problem in our community. If our woman lose her job or she fall off, we gonna pick up the slack. We gonna tell our old lady it's gonna be all right. I've never heard a black man. I've never heard a man, period, actually, but specifically a black man. I've never heard them. Oh man, she need to find a job, man. Oh man, especially if she lost her job. Whereas I do see like a lot of women, like if a man lose their job, a lot of women really go in about them losing their job, like and like it's crazy. But I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say in 2008, me and my wife were investment bankers in real estate. I mean, in real estate or whatever. We were investment bankers.
Right.
Had a great life. We love each other to death. You know, all the bills paid. Boom, boom. We living great. Then housing market crash. We lose everything. A lot of our money, we don't have liquid cash. A lot of the money that we have are tied up into our assets. I mean, a lot of the money that we have is tied up into investments and stuff like that. So as much as we live lavishly, it's the way that money moves for us. And we lose it all.
Right.
It's love enough to continue that marriage through that issue until we get back where we need to be. That's what I mean.
It is. It's on the person you deal with. It's on the person you deal with. The support system on either end, on both ends. So it goes back to the support system. It goes back to how much love somebody got for you or a person has for you. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to not only the support, it goes back to someone carrying the load and not letting it get in the way of the end game or the end mission. You feel me? And when they carrying the load, they carrying it with pride. They proud. They still being the same person as when the money was around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of people can carry the load, but they carry the load, the frustration coming into play. The anxiety from working or going so hard for the family coming into play. Things start to stick out to you that person normally don't do. Or he might not see himself doing, or she might not see herself doing. Taking the trash out, looking around the house, seeing that you cleaning up, you laying in the bed, are you going trying to do this, trying to do that? It's about, are you trying to pick yourself up and put yourself in a better position? But it'll go back to the question, then, okay, after a while, love fall out.
Okay, so
because I'm fighting for it.
Okay, so then by that affirmation, if the love can be lost, was it ever true love?
Right. Because people don't.
But see, that's what I'm saying. We're not questioning the validity of the love.
Right.
We know that this is real love.
Right.
We know it's real love. That's not the issue. We're not talking about whether or not it can be questioned. We're talking about real love. Can real love supersede all of those issues? I think it should supersede all of those issues. I think that when things happen, when things happen, you have to take extra care. It happens.
It got to be more than, you can't look at it in that sense. You got to look at it in the sense of like, things happen, things pop up that you can't control.
Right.
But if we end up in these positions when we could have controlled it, like,
well, see, that's the thing. It's not even that. Okay, that's just like,
because love fades. You got to remember what attracted people. You got to go back into what attracted that person.
but again, that's why I'm saying, because if you're telling me that your love has faded, whatever you loved about me, whatever got you to love me, if that has faded, then that couldn't have been something constant, because that means you fell in love with a variable, which then means that I don't think that that's true love.
Right.
True love, you fall in love with a constant. You fall in love with a person's aura, energy about themselves. Like that. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you falling in love with the way I treat you, but my treatment of you primarily deals with monetary, even though you don't ask for money. So like if I buy you a new car, you didn't ask me for a new car. You're not gold digging for the new car. But one of the things that you love so much about me is just I just be doing my thing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You just built your love for me off of a variable.
Right.
That could change.
Right.
So with somebody who like is the love for the things about a person that will never change, is that enough to keep you there with that person to weather whatever storm? And you know what? Let me see. Okay, so Dred says, no, I'm saying things happen out of our control. If it's genuine, no woman should leave her man due to unforeseen circumstances. Leaving when things get tough, but sticking around for the good times is wrong. Then Ms. Richards, I agree with you, Dred. Mr. Nisha said, yes, people path change without inviting the other person on their journey. I don't know. I think that, man, when you would, it's a real sticky situation, and I can explain that better in a second. Crystal says, I think you left out the part that no man should leave a woman either. It goes both ways. Crystal, I don't think that is the predominant or prevailing issue in our community, which is why you often don't hear it. When a woman loses her job, a man gonna go harder. A man gonna real life. And to me, this is honestly how I feel about that situation.
Right.
We could poll, we could look at it, or whatever.
Right.
If my old lady loses her job, then we just have to figure this shit out.
Right. You gonna
I gotta stand in the paint.
Right.
We're gonna figure it out. We got to.
Right.
And if we can't figure it out, then guess what? We're gonna be some confused mother lovers, because I'm gonna be with mine regardless. Now, a woman, on the other hand, may not feel that way. A lot of women don't feel that way. Well, how could a man look played? Like, I'm lost on that one. Explain that, Crystal. Dre says, one day you can be on your ass, next day you can be up. I want someone who's gonna be with me through good, bad, and ugly. Only strengthens the relationship and bond if it's genuine.
Right. If it's genuine, you gotta ask why a person is around you regardless, first and foremost, period. Like, what was the reason that attracted them in the first? Then it goes back to dealing with the love situation. And men don't want to feel played, but that, like, I don't get what you said. I don't get what you mean by that, Chris.
Okay, well, see, I guess what? You know what? I think that there's a lot of women that will stay with their man. Matter of fact, we know there's a lot of women that stay with their man through them types of issues. But I think, like, I don't know, it's just I can only go by what I see. A lot of how I feel is according to what I see.
Right.
Now I do know certain things,
Right.
but I have to go with the prevailing opinion about certain things.
Right.
It seems to me I don't see the 20 like, and what I think that this has gotten convoluted because a lot of men have started to ask women to hold them down through absolute foolishness. But you genuinely do not see the hold them down type woman, or at least she does not vocalize. You see and I don't know why, maybe it's just by design, but you see the women who won't, who be with the BS. You see them vocalize the BS. I don't see a lot of women that it's like one chick that what is her name? She got the craziest first name, like top 3 craziest first names. Her last name is Moffitt, though, I believe. First name Chantil or something. You shared something with me before of her. She got a nose on her, kind of heavy set, light skinned woman. I think her name is Shaka or something Shaka. If anybody know her name, Crystal, if anybody know that young lady's name, please put her name. Yeah, Shamalia, whatever that is. Her, like, I see her vocalize and I see her talk about how women have to do better, or even just herself, period. Like, talk about situations like that. But that is not the prevailing opinion that we see.
Right.
So it gives me the impression that the prevailing opinion is not that is what should go on.
Right.
It seems to me like the prevailing opinion is once a person lose down, or get down bad, then it's on to the next person.
Right. But that's with anybody.
Right. Now you got different strokes with different folks. Some people don't move on to the next person. Some people just wait for you to get your stuff together, and they feel like in being with you, they're a hindrance to you get your stuff together. I don't quite understand how a person would feel that way, but hey, I've heard people vocalize that.
I never really.
Hey, CEO. Hey, CEOE always coming with a joke. That's one ugly name.
Don't. Hey. Did he tag her? What they say? Did he tag her? You all right?
Hey,
Will we pat you on the back?
They always come with something funny, man. That guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that her opinions. I pretty much enjoy her commentary, Marlon. I think that she be spot on. I think that she looks at it like she looks at it the same way a lot of us look at it. That black love is the strength of our community.
Read the comment, man.
Hold on, let me see something. Excuse me.
No.
Like y'all, so y'all feel like you should have a whole relationship living under the bridge, both satisfied with panhandling for the next sandwich. No, don't tag her because E called her name ugly. So okay,
yeah,
Crystal,
you get stuck. Get back on your
because he's silly and Crystal be throwing me off. But listen, Crystal, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Listen, because I think that Crystal's comments is negating a woman's role in a household. You see how she says, look at it, she says, so like y'all feel like you should be in a whole relationship living under a bridge, both satisfied with panhandling for the next sandwich. Okay, how did we both get under this bridge?
We got here. If we supposedly got here together.
We got here together.
Right.
So damn it, you want to get the first sandwich or should I? You want to ask for some change or should I? See, that's the thing. It's like it was both. we together. We supposed to be working together. It's supposed to be teamwork. So if it's supposed to be teamwork, then that means we failed together.
And you failed. Yeah, we fell together, but you gonna wait. What I'm supposed to do? Stay down here with you?
What I'm saying is, if we fail together, then okay, because I guess I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, you saying why would we both be here? Well, where are you going?
I'm not going, like, I might be able to go to somebody's house, stay somewhere, whatever. But even if we got down that far, like, don't worry about being under the bridge. Get the bridge from out the way. Fine, put the bridge out the way. Now, let's say we got to go live with somebody. One room.
Okay.
Me, you.
Okay.
4 kids.
Okay.
Running crazy in somebody else's house. In one room.
Uh-huh.
Figure it out. And now, is love enough at that point? Because she's stepping out, or you stepping out? Who's stepping out?
You don't have to step out. I mean, you could be resolute in that situation. It's like, so, yes.
Ask yourself a real question.
Oh, Crystal say put her in on the line. Lord, let me get my headphones because you know this should be interesting. Let me get my headphones. You got your headphones.
Yeah, I always got.
Let me share this link. Yeah. Let me invite.
She got time today.
She got time prepared. She got time. She said no. That's hard.
Seasons change.
Hey, look.
Seasons change. Don't
Gotta know your rules.
It will last always. It definitely do. Roles change, seasons change, but love changed faster than all that. All that.
Hey, look at Dre. Dre say if she got on her glasses, it's going down.
He trying to fire up. She talking about
should be
leaking.
I just copied it directly from the clipboard.
Let's see. Go to the Facebook one. But yeah, man, it can get crazy.
Yeah, man, it's no. So it's like I said, because see now I can't wait for her to get on because I'm trying to figure this out.
Right.
We're together, right? So we ended up under the bridge. That seems like something that we did together.
Right.
Right? So then where in the hell is you going? If we did it together, like, oh, we made the mess together, but you're not gonna help clean up. You finna go somewhere else.
So that contradicts when we was talking about leading roles in the household. When the man want to lead, because if you let us down here, then
well, no. See, I mean, bro, like I think that I think that people here lead the household or head of household, and we look at those terms to be definitive. To me, they're more so like
come on now, because that's to guide in the right direction.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when you lead,
the right direction.
But when you lead a household, it's not to be like one of these definitive types of situations to where like that actually means that like it don't work like that. Like because a household consists of 2 adults and whatever children, but 2 adults. We make decisions to better our life and circumstances. Now, of course, I may make a decision that you wouldn't have made. You may make a decision that I wouldn't have made. Whatever. But at the end of the day, me leading a household does not mean that I'm an authoritarian. That does not mean that like I have absolute rules, so good or bad is all on me. That's not what that means.
Right.
And people look at the literal sense of that and see how you just transpose that to if you was leading the house, then how you it's like we work together. But we work together. So how
we asking the question like, is love enough? Like you gotta go into love ain't enough. Love ain't enough for nothing, period. Without something, there's nothing. Because I can't get you to laugh if I can't be comfortable around you. If I'm suffering from trying to make something happen, I'm mentally beating myself down after a while,
Right.
which I'm gonna mentally beat you. You're gonna get drained from trying to love so hard and not in a rough manner because you trying to make something happen. And even when people go through stuff, they tend to try to push people away. But even if you got somebody that love hard, it's only a while and a matter of time before it's like, I don't know, I can't keep going through it. And Sweet Talking Joe gonna walk up.
That's true. It's a partnership. Decisions are made together, and they also have to trust each other to make responsible decisions in the best interest of the family when the other cannot. I agree, but like I say, my thing is, if that's the case, if that's what we're going with, if that's the prevailing opinion, then if we end up under I-95, it's not going to be because of me. It's not going to be because of you. It's because that's where that landed us. So where are you going? Well, that's my thing. That's what I want Crystal to explain. Where are you going?
Tap in, Chris.
If we cause this mess together because we are a team, then where are you going? Because, like, I can't go stay nowhere that my old lady can't come stay.
Right.
If you tell me that, oh, Cody, you can stay, but your old lady can't stay, then I won't stay here.
Right.
Now, I guess that's a little different. I guess, like, I would tell my old lady if she had the opportunity to go stay with a family member or something, I would tell her to go stay because I want her to be comfortable. Yeah, I guess.
But then what's gonna happen as y'all apart? Right?
You grow apart.
Oh, you still gonna end up in a situation where y'all not together. I seen love fight. I seen love put the work in. I seen it plenty of times, multiple times.
Right.
But you talking about the support that was behind it make it work more so than anything. Mm-hmm. You got to look at both support tables when you're talking about is love enough. Love can be enough for anybody. You can say that too. But it goes back to support, the support system in the way you need to fight for. You feel me? Because it falls back on your support system, her support system. It don't fall back on y'all together. Y'all in a fucked up position as it is. You know what I'm saying? But now, what is my support and her support look like? So I look at her support system and my support system. Whichever one weaker need to be putting in the most work. And the other one, hey, maybe do this, do that, ask a couple questions, because love can make it. It can make it. And those be our biggest problems is looking at our support system. You gotta involve both families when it comes down to really making a system be a genuine connection. Because you can make somebody can fall out of love with you, fall back in love, fall out of love, fall back in love, fall out of love, fall back in love. Y'all can get into it, stay away, fall back in love. But it's gonna go back to the support system and why it needs to be an equal bond and why they need to always connect. You feel me?
I get what you're saying. I mean, it's like I say, it's a tough situation to be in for anybody. I think that man, you want to think and that's why I said at the beginning, at the top of it all.
Right.
I would love to think that love is enough, but I simply understand it. The reality is, it's just not, and it's sad that it has to be that way. And
I can't. You got to look at it from both pictures. Ronnie D.
What was in that situation 2 years ago, and I can explain my fault and not preparing for those rainy days, and my reason for eventually walking away too. Well,
so tap in.
Yeah, I mean, the link up there, if you want to tap in and you feel me, get somebody in your woo wop and your wham, come on. But no, it's like I used to be of the mindset that love was enough.
Right.
Because it's like in my mind, like no matter what happened to my girl, whatever circumstance and situation
right.
she's going through, I'm gonna have her back. Like even if that's at the detriment of me, or whatever. I'm gonna have her back through
Right.
all of that.
Right.
But it just seemed like that has to be a two-party thought. And then I also realized, see, another part about it is you'd have to live a life and go through some things to understand how it feels to be abandoned and people not hanging on the love that y'all have or the love that you have as a means to continue.
Right.
Right. So even like when you say, okay, well, you know, what are you doing? I remember a time where for a whole year, I was looking for a job. It wasn't that I was not applying, I was definitely trying, but for a whole year, I was looking for a job. For me, as much as people think, like jobs are a little more difficult for me to find just because of the level of experience that I have, and I work in an industry where people can work till they're 60, 70, and 80 years old with no problem.
Right.
There's people that are probably 80 still working in the field. So it's like it's difficult to find a job because that's another part about it. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Like even if you look at your resume, when you're looking at your resume, you need to apply for jobs that you have experience in, so you are more desirable,
right,
to these employers.
Right.
It makes no sense for me to be applying for a job as a construction worker, and I've been working in a shirt and tie since I got out of college, and this is 12 plus years ago.
But when it come down to that, right, and we talking about love, and you could work as hard as you want. You could go as hard as you want out here, right? Nothing. I don't gotta make sure that's secure, right?
Right.
We talking about going back into love, right? But when you working as hard as you can to get on your feet, get yourself in position, right? You got to understand, no matter what, how hard you go, right? You can look at the love there, right, and say, genuine, yeah, but it's too many battles. I'm every time I'm fighting, I'm getting pushed down. I'm fighting to go up with you, but I'm getting pushed down. You gotta question that.
Yep.
And then you gotta is that make connections, make something happen. You know?
Well, see, I mean, you know, the biggest thing to me is like I say, I always my personal experience be my precursor to my opinions. Is how I feel because of my personal experience. Right. So like I understand, and that's why as much as I would like for love to be enough, I know it's not, because boy, it's sometimes it get incredibly difficult to weather storms.
Right.
And I know that's like for me, if I get in grind mode, if I get in like get it mode, I'm probably not a person who you want to be with. Just because what's entailing and what's involved in me getting in grind mode and me getting in like get it mode.
Right.
One, I wouldn't want to have nobody around me that close to me that can be affected by anything that I do. But then two, and more importantly, you're not gonna be my focus.
Right.
So because I need to get it.
You can't say that. You can't say that. Because at the end of the day, you can hustle as hard as you want. You're hustling for greed, right? Your focus, your idea of stepping out was always that person. So you always thinking about that person. Your move is made for that person. You feel what I'm saying? So what you gotta always do and understand is you gotta trump it up. What's up with them comments, man? The comment thing messed up.
Nah, last person to comment was Ronnie B.
Y'all let me know y'all there. But the last person to, you feel me, really think about is that person you love every day that you step out. Period. No matter what you do. You hear what I'm saying? But it goes back to the understanding of understand. If you hit your face and then you go out in the street to risk it, and she's still not trying to ride, that ain't no love.
Well, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's love at all. But I'm just saying, like, but that's in my mind, because you know why? in that mode, there are things that got to be done.
Right.
Just being honest.
Right.
The ways things have to be gone about ain't gonna be palatable to everybody, especially somebody who you're in a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to disconnect so that you can get done, because the things that you may have to do is not going to be understood by the person who you're with.
It definitely can. It definitely can, depending on who you deal with. You got to deal with, sometimes you got to deal with people that might not. Sometimes you got to deal with somebody that understand you as a person. If somebody see that go-getter, that hustler in you, and know once you get into them modes, you detach, they understand you. It's learning how to understand one another, communicate with one another, and keep the fight going. Be genuine about the fight. Feel me? And I'm about to get sticky, but hey, I'm gonna try to do it right, so I don't bring no heat, no energy, no bull crap to the front.
Gotcha.
That's, you gotta think how you stepping and where you moving, and the way you moving will correct. If you moving smart, it's gonna correct the love, because as you start to make it and see what you get, the bread in it, you're gonna eventually get to a point where it's like, man, come on, man. We back on our feet. We doing good again. Let's get it.
Right, I dig that. See, but let me give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
If my grind or my hustle or whatever it is requires that if somebody tried, I gotta do it to them.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what that entails, I can't be with nobody, because there's a cost to doing that business. And that cost may be the people that I love. So I can't have that person. I can't have them people around. I can't have people around me. That's why I say that's what.
But it goes back to the understanding. When you love somebody, you make sure T's crossed, I's dotted, and they're protected. You don't move silly. You move like that when you only got care for you. You feel me? When you can say she still can go do her thing. There's no ties there. You feel me? But once other things come into play, you got to move I's crossed, T's dotted.
Yeah,
Because I gotta protect my love.
Right.
My loved ones all
right.
together.
And unfortunately, sometimes the way to do that, depending on your chosen profession, is to leave it be. Because, bro,
She said, right.
Right, the right way to do wrong, right? But no, I mean, just period. There's not even that though. It's like, okay, if me, whatever, I need to be out here in these streets. I need to be out. I need to be in a club, to walk. I need to be smiling. I need to be shaking hands and kissing babies.
Right.
Something my girl would not approve of.
At the same time, one thing, and for all the ladies on here, you got a man that ever stepped into the streets. I want y'all to understand that. The world don't. If I gotta hustle, I'm hustling because I gotta make something happen. So when I'm hustling, I'm making something happen. At the same time, I'm trying to move smart. Moving smart is having the right connection, knowing the right people, shaking the right hands. So when time comes, I don't care if you're doing runner work. I don't care if you're doing boss work. It's all about who you know and how you know who to go, where to go, who to touch, who to get a connection with. And that will keep you always in a position to stay on your feet. Period. It don't matter what you're doing. It could be grams, scams, robbery, fraud, whatever you're doing.
Right.
It's going to keep the family up.
Again, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about your hustle.
Right.
I'm not talking about what you're doing.
Right.
Whether you selling jobs, doing fraud or whatever. But what I'm saying is there are certain things that you have to do when you are in these lifestyles and you are in this mode that your mate would not approve of.
She don't know it. First and foremost, to protect your family, they need not to know nothing you do in the streets.
Point.
Period.
That's one.
Two, if more than 13 people know where you live that's not family or you don't consider family, you might need to move.
Okay.
Like
I
I can't go into all that, but I'm just saying, when it cut out of love, you protect home and the ones you love, because you need nobody knocking on nobody's door or in their face trying to hurt them.
Right. So what I'm saying is that sometimes that protection has to be.
I come at a vivical not a vivical, a very bad call.
Sometimes it's like I say,
Shit happens.
that's like if you had to hustle in the clubs, right?
Mm-hmm.
You on your grind mode, you trying to get it, right?
Right.
Now there's a right way and the wrong way to do things. We know that,
right.
Whatever the case may be.
Right.
Club owners, need a couple of club owners, whatever. All of them women.
Right.
You know your girl ain't gonna take you cheating on her.
Right.
You also know that one of two of these club owners, they trying to put you in prime position.
Right.
And you trying to get them.
Right.
Do you hurt your girl and do you cheat? Or could you have just avoided that situation by taking that step back so that you can put yourself in position so that when you come up, you here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like even not let's not even say cheating. Y'all see it. Oh, I didn't see that. Miss Simpkins. Let me get Miss Simpkins in on the conversation. Let me get Miss Simpkins in. Well, left them right. Let me get you right. Let's bring in Miss Simpkins.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Simpkins.
Oh, wait a minute. Am I echoing? Hold up.
Not really echoing all that bad. I do hear some little distortion in the background. I see you not showing us his face today.
No, I just got off and I was trying to. I usually have my show at 7. I said I'm gonna try to support you guys and catch you at 8 o'clock. So I was listening and your name Kobe, right? Cody. And Cody would ask a question and then you ask a question on a question, another question on the question, and the young man sitting next to you, he getting it right. But you giving him some challenges.
Well, see, I think that Miss Simpkins, I think that the thing is, when I originally posed it, it was to pose it knowing that all of these things are there. So we're not talking about. I'm not talking about whether or not we work together as a team or whether or not it's true, genuine love. And the issues that he brings up are issues in which you kind of have to question whether or not somebody was in love with you in the first place. But what I'm saying is, provided that you know that love is true love, we know this to be fact. Right. Is that same love that we know actually is true love? We know that to be fact. Is that same love enough to weather the major storm? Is that love enough? What? Oh,
see, that's a hard question. You can't say no.
Yeah. Well,
because you know what
we love each other. That's good. But just like you said earlier, take a whole lot of other stuff that includes in their love. Now, if both of us mess up, like you were saying, we both mess up on our finances, and we find ourselves, like Chris was saying, under a bridge or at somebody's house or at their parents' house, we both got to get our stuff together. You understand what I'm saying? Neither one of us should be leaving each other because we both at fault. Now, if one person just slack up and decide that they don't want to work no more, whether it be the female or whether it be the male, you know, sometimes they may be going through some changes or whatever. You do have to give each other some time because everybody's built on emotions. Brother might need some time. I don't know what he might be going through. I might need some time. I'm, maybe going through something. So you give each other some time to work it out. But it don't stay long, not no 6 months, and you come home, they still sitting there playing Atari on the couch or anything like that. Then we dealing with something different.
Yeah.
No PS4.
I mean PS4. My bad.
No, okay. So
But-
listen. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me tap it. But you gotta always go and understand. How is it for you to judge my down? I don't know how long I'm gonna be down. You are judging my down at this point.
Or you giving me a time limit on my
Right. I fall, and right now I just don't want to make no moves. I don't want to go up nowhere. I don't want to get up off my feet, do nothing for a whole year, 2 years.
Mhm.
A woman gone.
Well, that's a damn lot.
A woman is gone.
Yeah.
Most women.
Most women. But again, that's a lot to ask somebody to deal with. I think that in this instance, I think that how I feel about that situation is there is no time limit on struggle as much as we would love to limit the time of a struggle. Like I say, for me, it's been situations where it took me a whole year to find a job, and that didn't come from lack of effort.
Right.
So it's like, okay, now I'm not just sitting on the couch. I'm not just not doing nothing, but it's legit been a year since I've been able to secure some employment. Is that my fault? If
But
it's not my fault,
how many extra things you picked up on the side?
well, I mean, we know me. I'm finna work on cars.
Right.
Yeah,
But I can't put that on other people because it's guys that's my age that I work on their cars. I can't put the fact in. I don't judge people for what they don't know. I can't be mad at you because you don't know how to work on a car. Because
let me say this though. Let me say this. If I can handle it, I'm talking about me, Tanisha. If I can handle it, I can handle it. But if you know I can't handle it, don't do that to me. You understand? And I say that vice versa to a female. If you know he can't handle it all, don't do that to him. Teamwork make better. Our life is better. We can drive better. We can eat better. We can sleep better. We can live where we want to live. We can eat what we want to eat. I get that.
Right.
But if you get to a point where you say, you know what, I can't do this. I needed some time off. It could be emotional. It could be whatever. Only thing that I would say is for that brother to be honest and say what the deal is, that maybe we can get some help. But if you keep her in the dark and she don't know what's going on, she's just gonna think that you just don't want to try no more.
well, and you know what? It's so funny that you use that phraseology. Keep her in the dark. And I appreciate you. We're gonna get in a couple of more people, but Miss Simpkins, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Definitely.
So continue to tune in. But my commentary on that specifically is what you guys or what women should know is that it is incredibly difficult. It's incredibly difficult. Let's see here. Oh yeah. So what women really need to understand, and you guys are going to be like, oh, you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't be that way, whatever. I ain't talking about for no guy who just decide he want to quit his damn job. That don't make sense.
Right.
But let's say if a guy get fired, man, ladies, coming from a man, okay, it is incredibly difficult for any man to put that on his old lady.
Right.
It is incredibly difficult for a man to realize that he has failed. Now, what you feel like you've been kept in the dark from, that man, a man, feels like he's shielding you from that heartache and disappointment. Now, he could be going about it in a completely wrong way. I don't disagree with that. I think that he probably is going. As a matter of fact, I know he's going about it the wrong way.
But the point of this is, look, listen. When you say you love somebody, listen. I normally don't mind telling somebody I love. I done messed up. I done failed. I failed. Don't worry, I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna try. But I failed. When you got a person such as yourself, I done seen it. You feel me? You know, a lot of men been there, right? a lot of men up here on the show could vouch for that. Like they done been there, and they done grinded and got back to where they need to be. Right? If I went through that with a woman, and she was able to weather that storm the first time or the second time, you the real MVP.
I don't disagree with that. I think that any woman, that weathers them storms is cool.
Mhm.
That's great. But what I'm saying is, women, maybe this brings about a broader conversation, but this is actually how it is. You see how you just said you don't mind telling somebody that you love that you failed?
Right.
Guess what? For a person like for me, how I feel, everybody that I love, they love me too. I ain't talking about like family or whatever. I'm talking about like relationship wise. If we love each other, I know that I'm looked at and I'm looked up to. You'll never be looked down on.
Right.
And that's like you don't never look down on your woman, you look at your woman.
Right.
You look at her in the eyes because you equals.
Right.
It's all together.
Right.
As a man, you kind of looked up to. It's just a natural position of life. You're taller.
Right.
So you looked up to. For me,
Well, sure.
it is so hurtful. It is so hard.
Right.
It is immensely difficult and it is depressing to tell the person to tell the people that I love, the woman that I love or whoever, to tell them that I failed. I'm not saying that she will not accept that failure. I'm not saying that she will not say, well, baby, we could make it or whatever.
Right.
It's incredibly difficult and it's hurtful for me to have to tell her. So a lot of times I would never.
But then there goes more.
No, I've never seen a fall from Grace Crystal. But let me go ahead and put the live, because see, Miss Simpkins was able to get in on the live. So I'm trying to figure out why you can't get in on the live. But let me go ahead and do this right here because I want you in on the live so you can kick the flavor to us real quick. So let me go ahead and put that right up under your comment. Click the link. I'm telling you, want to jump in, click the link. But yeah, it's like, bro, it's so hard. It's so difficult to tell a woman or tell somebody that looks up to me.
But see, that's another stigma in the community. Because a lot of us won't be in some of the positions I see a black household in, or a black father going through, or you see his chick arguing, they fighting, whatever. Because they don't come home and say, hey, this what happened today. So we might need to cut back on some things, some spending, this, that, and the third. It goes back into us keep trying to shell our feelings. Why do we as men gotta hide how we feel?
It's crazy that you say that, because see how you just said, baby, we gotta cut back and this and that. My dumb ass to keep letting you spend money that we don't have, and I'll be sitting here trying to figure it out, bro. I swear, man, it's just so hurtful for me, man. It's so hurtful and so hard for me, man, to just be like, man, y'all failed. And you know what? I think it is because if you failed before, if it happened before, and somebody weathered that storm before, or whatever the case may be, then you damn sure don't want to tell it happen again. You don't want it to happen again.
Right.
If it does happen again, you definitely ain't gonna be for. I know I ain't. Man, listen here. Boy, I would be maxing it out. I would be stretching niggas flat. I can't tell my old lady that I failed. I'm good off of that. I'm good off that.
We gotta tap in. That's
who that is.
Crystal.
That's Miss Brenda.
Miss Brenda. Other people tapping in.
I'm telling you, Crystal, why you the only person can't tap in? Let me get Miss Brenda in on this right here. That's like, that's your day one, and your girl, she deserves the truth.
Mr. For Show is in the comments, y'all.
Yeah, let's get Miss Brenda in on the zone. Miss Brenda. Yeah, hold on, Miss Brenda. I'm getting you in right now. And Eric says, just stirs up more pressure with your lady when you can't talk to her about these hard times. It's hard for us men to be vulnerable, and I feel you. Me, I'm brutally honest, and I'm very understanding to things. I know things will happen whether she leaves or stays. I dig that CEOE, and I'm very understanding to things too. And yeah, you're right. It could put your situation
It could put your situation
it could make you a lot
at ease.
it can make your situation a lot worse. I dig that.
It could make it a lot worse, but guess what? I'm not staying home every day.
Hey, no. Listen, I'm taking the phone. Let's get Miss Brenda in here. Miss Brenda.
Hey,
Hey, Miss Brenda, how you doing today?
Brenda.
I'm good. And I feel you not wanting to tell your lady, she's vulnerable. But you got to understand that once you do, you build a relationship that can't nobody touch. Once you put it out there and she's there for you, you in like that. You don't have nothing to worry about. Y'all can weather any storm, but you got to trust that number one, you with the right person. Number two, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
what?
You kind of echoing a little bit, or it's like some distortion going on in the background. I don't know if you're watching as you I don't know if you're listening as you talk, but it's kind of like a little distortion in the back. But I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
We hear you.
Yeah, number one, you gotta make sure you with the right person. And you ain't gonna find that out until you put it to the test. Once you put it to the test, and hold on, I'm gonna get off my Bluetooth. There we go. How's that?
Oh, that's much better.
Yeah, once you put it to the test, and you're gonna find out whether you're the right person or not. You lost your job, you've been grinding. Now, she got to carry, like the other lady said, if I can, I will. You do what you got to do. And as far as you being out there in clubs and all that, I work and I understand your work. I'm good with that.
And thank you for your. We definitely appreciate it. I understand what y'all saying. Everybody is saying the same thing. Everybody's saying the same thing about communication. Communication is key. And I get that. I understand that. But, and this is why I say, I don't never think, or I can never say that I'm 100% right. I think that people get the impression that I feel that I'm 100% right, but I don't know. I'm not 100% right because I'm factually right on every single thing. I'm 100% right because it's just how I feel. And man, dog, it's just like when people look up to you,
right?
If people wasn't looking up to you, if people wasn't looking to you, right, to be the answer to the problem, right, then I think that would alleviate the pressure of the affair because you're not looked at like that, right? If you put in my situation, if you put in my shoes, or if you are,
but you saying that, but you got to take away the person that you have emotionally put energy in, right? You put your heart there, you put your emotions there, you put things into that person, right? You got to take away and go back into this round. If at this point I cannot tell you I failed, all you want to hear is me succeed. That ain't the person.
Right, but it's not to say that person won't be accepting of the failure. It's not to say that person won't be ready to do whatever it is they got to do to help you out of that situation. I'm talking about my life, and again, I'm talking about for me personally, in my mind, right, the notion or the thought of telling somebody that I care about, that looks up to me, that I failed, is a lot more difficult than to just handing it up the best way possible until I figure it out.
I just caught chills. I got chills. Woo! Look, I got chills. Look, listen, let me tell you something. Part of being a man is admitting and being honest with yourself. First thing in life, first time in life I ever understood this is young, very young.
Right.
I learned that you got to first be honest with you. You can hold in what you want to hold in. You ain't got to tell nobody nothing about you, right?
Right.
But first, you got to be honest with you. And once you be honest with you, you understand why you be honest with the person you love. Because if you say you love them, why you can't tell them everything? Why you can't talk to them about how you feel and down in the inside? Why can't you not have that conversation? I don't care how much you look up to me. Have that conversation with me. Let me tell you, and it goes back to the time where I said I allow my daughter to argue with me, right? I allow her to talk to me. I allow her to have those discussions. Because if I can't come home, my daughter say, you going to work? You going to work at Pepsi? I said, no. I don't work at Pepsi anymore. I can tell her, if I can't tell the one that I know I need to protect for the rest of my life and carry deep with me, I need to know that I can talk to her at least. You feel me? At least at the bottom of my situation, I can say these things. Because when you don't say them things, people expect certain things from you. When them certain things pop up, it all get shot down. Everything come out.
Right.
And it get worse.
It does. Right. It does. But it's like I say, man, I don't disagree with you. I don't think that what you saying is wrong. And I hope that one day I get I have the wherewithal to think just that way. But today is a Monday, October 5th, 2020. I would never. I ain't got that. I'm not that guy.
Right, Mr. For sure.
I'm not that gangster to tell my daughter that I failed.
Right.
I know that my daughter looks up to me.
Mm.
And see, a lot of times when people place you in this Superman realm, when people make you out to be Superman, and when you've been conducting your business like you're Superman, when people feel like you're Superman and people treat you like you're Superman, it's very hard to tell people that kryptonite can kill me.
Listen, at the end of the day, if I don't know my weaknesses, right? If I don't know how to speak up and say, like, this is where I'm at right now, I'm gonna bury us deeper. I didn't hurt you at telling you I failed. I hurt you at telling you and not coming to tell you I done fucked up. I done messed up.
Yeah.
I hurt you way more from that than I failed.
But
But I feel
that's
all right.
And like I say, I don't think that you're wrong about that, but I think that that's also a hindsight perspective, because it's like at the time or in that situation, in that moment, to tell somebody that you failed seems to be such a daunting situation that you don't really think past not telling them that. It's like, okay, I failed, boom. Now, whatever I do to try to cover up those failings, or whatever I do to try to get back on top without you knowing about it. Okay, now I done went about something the wrong way, and I hurt you even worse, which can happen.
Right.
And that is an unintended consequence from having that complex. That when people start looking up to you, because like even me, I've made mistakes.
Right.
Very recently.
Right.
I make mistakes still.
Right.
I've made mistakes just because I feel like a lot of people look at me as if I'm a Superman. It's nothing that I can't do.
That notion you must first. I started taking that away. Like I don't want to be nobody here. I need to know that at point in times I can be a human and say certain things that I need to say. You know what I'm saying? That went back, bro. It was times where I'm not when it came down to family, I'm not playing. But my family,
Right.
I gotta make it happen. Whether I risking everything, or something very small. I was willing to risk it all. I don't care. Every day I'm getting up to risk everything I have to be looked at as a certain person in my family. I had to take away that right there. At some point you got to be able to be understanding with who you are as a person. So it goes back to all that. When you understand who you are, it ain't no point. I'm not. If you're gonna let me lead, we're gonna lead together. But you're gonna let me lead at some certain point of the way to get to the direction we need to get to. Which goes back into saying there's a way to where some people, when they say I'm aggressive and you got passive aggressive. As such, at one point I wanted to be looked at like this person that can do all this stuff and make things, and then I get myself boggled up and I can't do it. I need to focus. I need to one-track mind and focus on that. Because if I don't, it ain't getting done.
Right. But you see what you just said? At one point, that's what you want. And did you get it at that point?
I learned.
Well, see, because that's the thing. Like, yeah, now I'm sitting back, and as time goes on and as things happen or whatever the case may be, I realize that I don't want to be looked at like that no more.
Right.
Like, it's so much because I look at it like that person who people look at me to be don't have nobody else to look at like that. So like it adds so much more pressure. Like just like you said, you had to learn it. Me, I'm just very recently kind of starting to get this whole thing, but it's very hard when you already looked at like Superman to not be Superman no more. It's very hard when you already looked at to be that person, because you got to think about it. Like me myself, I don't like disappointing people. I don't like hurting people.
Right.
So like a lot of times I do things like
that you really don't want to do.
Not, you know what I'm saying, that I really do not want to do. And it's not because of any other reason, but I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want people to be disappointed. I don't want people to be, you feel me? Now that is at the detriment of me. Now, the reason why people look at me to do all of these things is because I feel like that's how high in regard they hold me. Right. So it's like, damn, Cody can cook. Cody can cook, fix cars. He a businessman. He can do this, that, blah, blah. I know Cody can do it all. Right. I can lean on Cody because Cody can do it all. Right. And every time I look Cody way, he always can make something happen. Right. After people have gotten that idea, right, then that's the regard you held in. Right. To not be able to meet that regard after you've been held in it for so long is incredibly difficult enough to where you are not, or don't want to admit, I may not want to admit it failed, because then I know right how I'm being looked at. I know how people perceive me. Right. I know how people, like, and I get even strong people need somebody and all of that other good stuff. I get all of that. Hey, but it's just,
I'm gonna tell you why I like wear gym shorts, flip flops, sometimes a t-shirt that's clean, but it still got stains. Right. I'll tell you why. Because every time I step out the house fresh, I gotta come even harder the next day, and the next day, and the next day, because this is how I'm perceived. Right. Right. I cut back a little bit and take away the notion to be perceived that way, right? And then people still, they start to, you're unreliable, you're undependable, and all the words and everything come in that sense. But when times get hard, the going get tough, you always there, right? So that at some point start to be a relaxing understanding in your mind. Like, damn, I could be a hero for everybody around me, save everybody. But who doing what I do every day to make a way to get to where I need to be? Everybody, not. Right. So let me cut back. I might not tell you no, but in the hour or two, I ain't answering my phone. I might not say I can't do it right now. I could do it right now, or I might tell you, give me 3 weeks. But I learned to say, stop giving people tomorrow. Tomorrow will bother. I give you this energy that say he gonna do so less, and I'm gonna make it so big. You feel what I'm saying? To take away the extra dependency that you gonna put on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I think. Listen, like I said,
So you can keep going. You gotta keep going. I do things a certain way now because I want people to keep going for themselves. I don't want that hero look. I really want you to call me when it's time to really make it happen. Now you at your back against the wall, and I know you looking, but I know you ain't putting no work in just yet. Feel me? So just pump it. Oh, we ain't get a coming. No, we got the S coming down. But
yeah, y'all. Chris say you gotta wear the S on your chest and keep it going. Knowing yourself is first thing is right. See, but the comment kind of juxtapose yourself because you got, if you said, like I say, the biggest problem is, my biggest problem is I feel like the S always has to be here. I can't let you know, like, for real, bro, like, who in the hell is Clark Kent? You don't know Clark Kent, you know Superman. And that's who I have to be. So like, if something not gonna make me Superman. But wait, go back. Who Clark Kent?
he was Superman. He dialed it down at times though.
I dig all of that.
You gotta think like
the thing is, nobody knew that Clark Kent was Superman.
But
And
that's
what I'm
okay.
saying. That's just like no. But that's what I'm saying to what you're saying. Nobody knew that Clark Kent was Superman.
Right.
So Clark Kent had that escape.
Right.
But when you were Superman, people expect you to save because you're Superman. Now
When they know.
right, but that's what I'm saying. You put yourself in a position, you put yourself in a situation. People hold you in this high regard, and you start to look like Superman.
Right.
You to them, you're a Superman.
Right.
They don't know who Clark Kent is.
Right.
People don't know that Superman is Clark Kent and Clark Kent is Superman. People either know that your name is Clark Kent or that's Superman.
Right.
So now people don't know that Cody is Cody. People don't know Cody has regular issues. People don't know that Cody lives a whole life and Cody got a lot of stuff going on. People don't focus because people don't know who Cody is.
Right.
People only know who Superman is.
Right.
Because Superman the only one who ever been saving.
Right.
So
But
now if you already know as Superman and they don't know that you Cody, then they don't know that I'm Cody and they always know me as Superman, then you know how hard it is to be like, hey man,
But when
damn,
when you pulling that argument out, right? When you thinking about that argument, you thinking about it. Think about the roles that he had to play. Think about the energy he had to put in the Clark Kent to make people really just bypass him. And the role he had to put in to be Superman at times, right? To really go save somebody, right? So now, as Clark Kent, people pick on me, talk bad about me, and I know within seconds I can hurt them. Snap them in pieces, right? It goes back to at some point in time you have to be passive. Just passive with everything. Not trying to like really tear down your family or your household or whatever the situation may be. But you have to be passive with certain things at times just to see how people gonna handle you. It's okay in life to be like, man, nah. I ain't your Superman, or I ain't this, I ain't that. And make mistakes. But you got to first put them mistakes on the table. Once you put them on the table, people won't understand that you regular and you human. Every time you step up to make something happen, you're going to be looked at as the person that can make it happen. But you got to go dial back and say, all right, if you're the person who made it happen, you always gotta have somebody behind you that's Superman too. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's somebody you can go holler at and say, hey bro, my girl don't know this, and this, but you know, I'm going through this. That's when you got, you know, your solid people. You feel me?
Right.
That's your support. When I said go back to the support you have around.
Right. I dig that, but like I said, bro, the thing is people bro, you like I get what you're saying, and I don't disagree with nothing that you're saying. I think that it's important. But what I'm saying is, before me realizing or me understanding that principle, before that, before very recently, when I realized and understood that the longer people view me as Superman, the longer I'm gonna have to fly around the city saving everybody, and the less I get to actually just be me.
Right.
So now I have to try to be able to scale it back. I have to find ways to be able to scale that back. But before, like I said, before we having this discussion, I see, hey man, oh Chris Evans, I see you in that, big brother. We're gonna get you in a second, brother. But before that,
Right.
it's like once you are Superman, because again, like I say, you talk about Clark Kent and Clark Kent being Superman. You know that because you Clark Kent and you Superman. The world does not know that. The world knows two different people.
Right.
The world knows Clark Kent and the world knows Superman. People expect Clark Kent to write articles. People expect Superman to save people.
Right.
They don't know that Superman is Clark Kent.
Right.
Once people don't know that you just a regular Donnie,
Right.
and people say the only time they see you is in Superman attire. If the only time they see you is when you're saving the world, then that is the expectation. When you are not able to save the world,
but
it is going to be incredibly difficult to let these people who only know you as the savior that you can't save it. Let's get Chris in. We definitely. Let me get Chris in real quick. We're gonna get right back to it. We coming with Chris Evans live on the radio. What's on, Big Chris?
What's going on? Y'all can hear me clearly? I'm probably in a low signal area right now.
Nah, we catching you clearly.
Well, I'm just a comment. Y'all can hear me, right? If I can hear me clearly?
Yeah, we got you.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. The main thing is when you speak upon, all right, I'm gonna use the analogy that I just used about being Superman and Clark Kent. And man to man, you realize being about Superman, he did have failure. And you gotta look at the love that Lois had for him, even though she's the only one who really knew he was Superman. She still stuck by him, even though he had a lot of failures. You can't save everybody. That's not your job. You gotta make sure you Superman for your household and your family. Damn everybody else. At the end of the day, that lady who you with, if she be down for you, gonna be there for you, gonna be down for you. You feel me? That's what it boils down to. I wear my test every day. I'm not saving everybody. I'm saving the four that's in my house right now. That's all that matters. I don't give a damn about, I got a friend, I got a homeboy, I got family members. Listen, dog. Listen. When you fail, ask yourself one question. Are all the people you helping gonna be there when you fall? They not.
That's the only question you gotta ask yourself.
Yeah, you really look at it, dog. Like all the people that you trying to help and save and all that. Nah, dog, don't do all that. The main one in your household, that's the one you gotta ask your chest for. Like Donnie said, and like Coach y'all said, y'all kids look up to y'all. Wear the S for them. Wear the S for your wives at home. They're the ones that can do that rub your back when you do fall. Daddy, it's gonna be okay. Don't worry about it. Wife like, baby, you gotta cut back on little things till you get you right. Don't worry about it. You gonna be fine. Everybody else like, oh no, that messed up, bro. Well, I can't do that for you, but you know what I'm saying? What you can do is do this, whatever. You know what I'm saying, dog? Don't worry about being superhero for everybody, dog. The main family right there, the ones who be with you through the struggle, the ones who be there when you happy down there, who saw kryptonite bring you down and saw how you rose back up and sit with that F in your chest. That's the only thing you gotta worry about, bro. That's it.
Right.
You ain't worry about nothing else.
Yeah,
You gotta worry about shit else.
No, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but that's what I'm saying. Is like, and I think that, like I say, I only speak from a personal position on specific. Like,
Right.
I cannot tell my daughter. I cannot tell my kids that I'm pretty sure I can. I'm pretty sure that they won't look at me any kind of different. In my mind, I can't tell my old lady, and I can't tell my kids all that shit. I can't tell them that I failed, but for me, they look at me, and if I can tell, then that lets them know that they. Sometimes, like, I don't want you to think that you. I don't want my kids to ever think for 1 second that whatever they do, they're not going to be immediately successful. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
If you think that I'm a failure, if you think that I can't fail, then one, that means that the idea of me, that impenetrable force you see your daddy as, because like most people, if you grew up with your old boy and you had a decent old boy, then your old boy was the, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like if you see your old boy cry. Most people ain't never seen their old boy cry at all because of the strength that the old boy portrayed in life. You don't know about the stressed out times when your old boy trying to figure it out. You don't know nothing about it, and you're not privy to that. He don't want to show you that. He don't want to put you on that. That's what actually do so much motion. You know what I'm saying?
Look, you gotta look at it like this here too. So you gotta look at it like this here too. Y'all coach football, right?
Yep.
Y'all coach football. Your team look up to you to lead them to the championship, right?
Correct.
Now, you saying how you can't go back and tell your wife that, you know, so your kids that you failed. Imagine look on the kids' faces when y'all don't make the playoffs.
Well,
the same conversation you had with them. Just hear me now. Just hear me. The difference is because you're looking at it as, yeah, you the man of the household, and you don't like to look at to tell your wife or your kids that at this particular time y'all going through rough time. You be like, I don't want to come up as like I failed them as if that's the end of the world. But bro, that just makes you human, brother. Hey, there been plenty of times in my life I don't fuck up that I lost jobs, and it been one time we ain't had no Christmas. Real shit. I ain't gonna lie. It been one time we ain't had no Christmas. Bread wasn't enough. It was hard for me to look at my kid's face and say, you're gonna get one gift this year. That's real shit. But that don't make them look at me as a failure. They just you got to get into the understanding of the fact that in life, yes, we're supposed to see that everything that we do, but at the same time, things does happen where you don't succeed all the time. Right. Trouble come out the way. It just wasn't meant at that time. Now the thing is what you do to make yourself better from that failure. Now, if you sit down and you dwell on it, then you tell your kids that, yo, when you fall, you just stay down. But if you showing your kids, your family, that when you fail, you got right back up to your feet and you got better than you was before, that's when they know that S in your chest is real. They know that S in your chest is real. They know, okay, dad stumbled, but dad got back up. Like kids in school, like our families, like our wives in our household. All right, mom lost her job. Everything is on dad, but mom got on her feet and got back to it. Now, if she's sitting there crying and all whole year or whatever, I know shit happens. But the point is, like Rocky said, it's not hard. It's not how hard of a hit of a punch you can take. It's how you get back up from taking that punch. And that's the thing you got to tell yourself, even as a grown man. Like, listen, you guys got to be real. Like Donnie said, you got to be real with yourself, dog. You can't be put on the front and show how your wife and kids spending all this bread. You plan on vacations and you don't know how to pay rent or mortgage the following month. Because you ain't being real. Now you really put them in a situation to where they struggling. Now you're looking at you like, dog, why you just ain't say this? So you gotta look at the opposition. You gotta look at it as it may be hard for you to say that you failed at it. I get it. But you gotta have that conversation. You cannot just keep life going on like everything is cool. You can't, because she really gonna look at you like, dog, like we went out, we spent $5,000 on vacation, but you don't have no job. So how we gonna pay the bills next month? How we gonna do this if you never said nothing? That's when the problems come in, because you trying to have this ego or this masculinity about yourself. Sometimes, dog, it's cool to let your emotions show. Never protect your kids, or especially young men. Like my kids see me cry. I don't got no problem saying this from them. That shows that I'm human. But they know at the end of the day, Dad gonna get over it and go on. And sometimes it shows your emotions and show when you fail or when you have a hard time, because they know that's life. You can't give them a false positive on life. You got in the reality of life that things gonna get hard. Everything's not gonna be this easy. You gotta be real with that.
Yeah,
you got to.
I dig what you're saying, man. We definitely appreciate your comments. I really want to say use a whole gangster over me, because listen, boy, my old lady ain't never seen me cry. My old lady ain't never seen me cry, bro. Let me tell you something, Chris. You can continue to listen. We're gonna try to get a couple more people in before we get up out of here, though. But thanks for your comments, bro. But
appreciate you.
But yeah, man, bro, it's been, man. Oh, listen, I'm talking about. But you ain't gonna see, bro. listen, and I get what he's saying. It's probably something real toxic that I probably should address, and I'm trying. But bro, my kids never, ever seen me cry. Real life. I mean, the only one who ever seen me real pissed off is probably my son, if anybody. But I mean, they ain't never really so much as seen me all that upset and angry. I try not to show them none of that. Every emotion I try to show to my kids is like positive and like stuff like that. Like I'd never cried in front of my kids. I ain't never cried in front of my old lady. If you heard me cry, if you seen some tears, it's because I had dirt in my eye. Cause bro, it ain't going down. I just don't, bro. It's something. Man. I'm pretty sure it's something wrong with me. I'm pretty sure it's something wrong with me. I get that. I get that.
You might need to decide with. I got this thing, right? And they say like, do you got like you still? Some people got inner child in them. Like they try to block it out, but they got this inner child, right? And one day I'm just standing there, right? And I'm like, I'm trying to bury this child that never really got the opportunity,
right,
to say certain things,
right?
And are you seen so much failure, but the thing that made the failure from this small be this big, was because the person who I used to watch just kept lying about it. Like, just say it. Like that's like me and you gonna do something out in the street, and you don't realize what I did. I done did something behind your back at the time we were doing what we were doing together,
right?
And it causes your whole life. At some point, you just need to speak. I just need to come tell you, bro. Hey, I really did that, so we need, we got to really get low and do. But it goes back to how something could be so minuscule and turn into something so large. Because at the end of the day, we as men don't know how to come in the house and just say, yeah, I got fired, or I lost my job, or I lost the wave of income that's coming in, right? I lost a wave of money,
right?
You feel me? Like, you can see sometimes where people like, yo, I don't know where Whoop went. But sometimes you real deal got to go back into yourself and say, like, I can turn this into something real huge. Back to what Chris was saying. You gonna sit there and just allow her to just spend what she ain't got,
bro? Whole time,
or something you can't make up,
bro. But see, that's the thing. Like, in my mind, it's not like whatever you spend. Okay, bump. So let's say, like, for instance, we got a trip planned. Bump. Something happened.
Right.
Something happened. What up? I could be like, oh no, we can't go. No, I'm not. We're gonna still go. We're gonna still spend whatever money we was gonna spend. I'm gonna try to figure out the best way possible to try to replace that money. It sounds so stupid. And like I said, bro, right now, today, I'm learning, and slowly, I figure by the year 2023, 24, I'll probably be with my breakthrough. But I'm learning that you probably can't be that way. But
listen, it's at 23. Listen,
bro, listen. It's hard, man. It's just hard to be. It's just hard not to be who everybody expect you to be. If that's what you been. That goes for like my kids, my old lady, and all. Like, I know my old lady. She depends on me for strength and guidance.
Right.
She depends on me for certain things. So now here it is. If I don't have those things no more, it's like, as much as it may not be the end of the world, it's just like y'all say, just by lying or just by not saying something, you can make a bigger problem.
What?
But that is a high-sided statement. It's because looking back at it, things could have been a lot different. It could have been a lot easier if you would have just said something.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like,
right.
I know, but in my mind, it just don't compute, bro. It just don't compute. Like I can't be that type of person, like, and especially because like just like y'all say, like people fail all the time. It does happen,
Right.
but man, to be the like, if people think that you bulletproof, when they find out that you get shot with bullets, it just does. Like in my mind, they may not react. In my mind, they may take extra care about you. But I mean, in my mind, when you find out that I really get shot by bullets and I'm not bulletproof, it's just like I lose your confidence, your trust. I lose your feeling of security with me because I done failed. It's like I said, that's when I'm a kid. Like I'm not finna tell my son I lost my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, if he look at me like I'm Superman, how I'm gonna tell him that I'm only Clark Kent? So now whatever I gotta do, whatever situation I'm gonna be in, however I gotta shake it back, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make sure I'm still Superman to my kids.
But
so I can't tell them I don't fail.
It's not in the sense of just telling them they gotta go back to really gotta go back to the understanding of like sometimes you go through these things, but the thing is what brings us back down to situations where we can't get back up is that we trying to bury our emotions or hide that I got it thing going on. You feel me?
Right.
But it's okay to fall back and say you could go holler at all your support, whatever, try to make the trip happen. But if you know you really can't deal with it because you need your support for more other things that really gonna be popping up while you going through this, nah, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, cancel the trip because my support ain't gonna be flowing like that right there, and I ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that.
I mean,
it can vary so much.
Yeah, it sounds simple. I mean, it sounds simple enough. I get what you're saying, but
it's just you don't want that.
Yeah, bro, you can't be like, bro,
nah,
like you can't be like. But like I say, now I'm starting to understand. Now I get it more. Now I'm kind of like, I'm starting to kind of get that. I'm still struggling with it. I have to get through that part all the way before I can actually just start telling somebody when I fail or something, if I fail or something like that. But I get where if you do fail, it is the best practice, the best policy to go ahead and be upfront and honest with your mate or whoever, so that maybe that person can try to help remedy the situation. I get that today, didn't get that yesterday or the day. I understand that person. I'm going to try to make a good faith effort to put that to put it in the forefront of my mind when things do go wrong, but still don't want to be the person who fails.
Listen, man, I kid you not, and I say this with all honesty. At one point, right? It's just me, my sister. Like I gotta. And she ain't depending on nobody. No nothing.
Right.
I got it. Hard. But the moment I fell, it wasn't me failing me. I was okay with what happened with me. The pain she had to suffer through, that I wasn't even here for the next day to help the day go along. Those things are worse than the failure itself. And I done took people amongst people through those things. And now I had to get that notion when it comes, it's going to come. It's going to be of abundance because I'm going to know where to place it at. It's not me thinking I can't tell them. I can't tell this person I failed or that person I failed. Because the first time I ever had to make sure I had somebody back and failed them, now it's real.
See, and I'm pretty sure that bothered the shit out of you.
It bothers,
It bothers
but
you.
it made
bothers
me
you.
change though.
I dig it. Tell me up until this point, the only person that I've ever failed is myself. Anybody who's ever asked me to come through for them, I think that just with about, I mean, unless I didn't want to or something like that,
Right,
I think that I've probably come through just about for everybody who's ever asked me to do
Right.
something.
right,
And the only person that I've ever hurt
right,
is, well, up until recently, but the only person that I've really ever hurt in those situations
right,
is myself.
right.
Because I was at the detriment to myself just to make sure, feel me? And it's just what
Things
type of
get
person,
done. Things
right?
get
And it's
done.
just what type of person that I am in
But
nature. It's not like,
But that's a naturally who you are.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Being around you, I know that. I seen that, right? But the part that I came to understand is that dropping the ball is not dropping the ball. Like, take that away, right? And everybody that think of that as who you are will follow that, right? They'll leave you alone. And the people that need to be in front of you is going to be there, right? And you're going to be able to have those moments, those conversations, right? And that was going to make the whole thing turn around into this, like, why am I so happy but still so broke? Or still so down and made so many mistakes? I'm still happy. I'm happy with where I stand at. I like recent. Bruh, when I heard the words, you're unreliable or undependable, that hurt me more than me wanting that feeling of being Superman myself. Now that goes back to because I put so much energy into other things that I never really paid attention to, which made me fail at other things that caused me to fail as a whole. But that made me also be happy. You know why it made me be happy? Because I didn't have to carry that burden of still saying, take me to work, and then walking from the job after she dropped me off to try to figure out how I'm going to make this work and tweak it to where she don't know I'm not working. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was more happy with coming home and saying, you know, I'm fine. The reaction, hurt, pain, whatever, we discuss it, go through it, whatever. Back up the next day. I gotta go. I gotta still make it happen. I'm not gonna get down on myself next day. Boom, up, go. I gotta make it happen. At the end of the day, that's okay. I understand you hurt or you feel that, but I need to make sure I keep going.
right. And I mean, but see, nigga, see what you just said. See how you say when somebody told you that you was not dependable or unreliable or whatever. See how you say that hurts. Like, so I think that it's maybe it's selfishness. Maybe you trying to shield yourself from the hurt of people feeling like you're not unreliable. I mean, you're unreliable, you're not dependable. Maybe you're trying to shield yourself from that hurt. You just continue about business as usual when business is not usual.
Right.
And I see Dredd said, he said, yeah, I had to learn that always have faith right up until I'm forced to say something. Yeah, pretty much. It's like, and if I ain't forced to say nothing, then you'll never hear about it. But it's like I say, man, it just comes from when you more so the stronger individual, when people look to you as to be that beacon of strength, it's incredibly difficult to tell somebody that you're not, that you can't, that you won't, that you know, whatever. And like even with a job, like I've lost a job before. So if I lose a job, and especially if let's say somebody like okay, like if I lost a job before, then I see the visceral reaction or whatever that come from that, however it may go. It's like you lose another job, you're not gonna wanna, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just by that affirmation alone, man, you just gonna try to push the envelope and you're gonna keep trying to go as long as you can until you finally have to say something hopefully by the time you have to say something, you haven't caused irreparable damage. But a lot of times, man, just being a man, bro. And I think that we all saying the same thing. I think that just we all are at different points in our understanding on that. Like, yeah, I may have not reached the point of understanding where I feel comfortable with letting people know that I've failed them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You've reached that point because you just had to say one day to yourself, like, yeah, I can't keep doing this shit.
Right. Because but once you get tired of marking people, right? I mark people with the disappointment face.
Right.
I scarred you with the disappointment face, right? Once you get tired of marking people and scarring them with the disappointment face, you tend to learn that if that person still stood with you once you told them anyway,
Yeah.
why I just didn't tell you off top? So all the other things that clash behind it,
Right. But
they
that's
have to.
But that's why I say it's a hindsight. You know that now in the situation, it definitely doesn't seem that way.
Right.
You know that now, and that's because hindsight is 2020. You can see perfectly, like, damn, if I just told them from the beginning that this happened, I wouldn't even have to go this far and all that. That's just like for me. Like, people don't know this. I'm going to share something personal with you guys. Very personal with you guys.
Deep.
I have stress-induced alopecia. So when I get stressed out, I lose a patch of hair. Not more than one patch. Just one patch.
Right.
One spot.
Right.
I lose that hair.
Right.
When my stress is gone, the hair comes back.
Right.
If I get stressed out, the hair disappears.
Right.
It's crazy, right? So it's like the amount of stress that's on you as a person when you are in the position that you in. See, dog, it's so much, bro. Dog, it's just so much, bro. It's so much to be that person, bro. It's like
it's okay, man.
I know. I like what you said when you said is to tell what you say. Dropping the wall ain't dropping the ball. I like that. I felt like it came out of a movie or something. I ain't balling, my boy. You see that there? That's that one guard keep it dog. You heard?
Yeah.
One guard. Yeah. Don't come for me, Dred. Don't do it, my brother.
It's just. Yeah.
Look, nah, bro, I'm getting old. Nah, I don't know about y'all, boy. Nah, y'all getting old. But this thing here, boy. Nah. You said it right, Shaniqua. You getting old. I'm still young and vibrant. You don't see myself. Look at my face. Look at this. Just look at how I shine in the light.
Hey, look, man. We can go all night. I know this.
But y'all already know, man. It's almost time, man. Before we wrap it up, man, we definitely want to thank you and appreciate and be appreciative to all our viewers and everybody who tapped in with us, man, who made the comments, who dumped in on the live. We do appreciate y'all. At the end of the day, man, we all just a bunch of soldiers, man.
And we gonna keep fighting for this thing called love.
Yeah, man, we're gonna keep fighting for the love, man. It's so important.
And at the end of the day, man, don't try to be everything, man.
Yeah, man.
Explain to your peoples what's going on. And if you're a man, just take it like a hit on the chin, man. It would definitely feel better.
Yeah. I mean, seems that way, and I don't think that it's not now, but I tell you what, that's definitely
it definitely will make you feel better.
Very difficult situation to handle, man. And we blessed nobody got ball spots in the entire fam. You heard? Don't stress, you're gonna lose a patch. Nah. I be trying not to stress, man. Believe you me. I be trying not to stress, man. But y'all already know what time it is, man. It's Man Talk Monday. We'll see y'all next Monday and every Monday with bangers. It's heat.
Definitely. Let's rock out. Let's get it going.
Yeah, man. Y'all already know we got.
America, fighting an arrival, fighting for survival. I mean it when I analyze the stench. To me it makes a lot of sense. Of the dreadlock rasta, buffalo soldier, and he was taken from Africa, brought to America, fighting an arrival, fighting for survival. Said he was a buffalo soldier, dreadlock rasta. Buffalo soldier in the heart of America. If you know your history, then you would know where you're coming from. Then you wouldn't have to ask me who the heck you would think I am. I'm just a buffalo soldier in the heart of America. Stolen from Africa, brought to America. Said he was fighting on arrival, fighting for survival. Said he was a buffalo soldier in the war for America.